Hello, hello. This is Juan Tamayo, JCT for Education for you. And first of all, happy holidays, Feliz Navidad, Merry Christmas. Hope everybody's doing absolutely well. Today, we are closing the year with a very special live, something very close to our heart. My name is Juan Camilo Tamayo. I am called Juan Tamayo, and I always say for you. And we have a very special guest today, a guest that I've known for years, and she's done an absolute job around the world, especially in the Western Hemisphere, in Latin America. But first of all, before we invite her, I just want to tell you how privileged we are, how honored we are to be running a summer program next year. We've done it all over the world, from Fiji to Italy to Colombia, Medellin, and also in the United States. But this year we're going back to Cartagena, Colombia. And I will tell you a little bit more when I do this introduction, but without further ado, let me invite our guest. She's on right now, so let me see who will that guest be. If you've seen an announcement, we have coming soon from Bogota, Colombia, we have Catalina Escobar. Hola, Cata.
Hi, let's see what's going on here. Yeah.
How are you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Did you turn on the light? It's a little bit dark. I don't see.
Let me see. Oh,
No
better?
problem. A little bit better.
Okay.
So,
It's great to have so many people here.
And para todos los que están viendo en este momento, okay, we're gonna run this live in English because we have a special invitation for students from around the world. For the Spanish speakers.
Hi, Cristina Soto.
Okay, just start saying hello to all your friends, and our JCT for Education is tuned also to answer questions. Christian Safi Zocata, how are you doing?
Hey, Chris, ¿cómo vas? There are great people around here.
Vamos a hacer este live en inglés. Hay muchos estudiantes en otros países que quisieran aprender más sobre la iniciativa que tenemos. So right now I'm switching to English, and if you have questions in español, please write them down and we will answer them. So Cata, Inspire, that's the program that we have. And you and I, we did an intro last week in Key Biscayne. So I want to take that intro back and take a little bit, take all of us back on why are we doing Inspira. So let's go to our students that are watching 9th, 10th grade or 11th graders, and a student moving into their 12th grade. So for next summer, July 24th through the 31st, we're running a program based on social entrepreneurship program. Now, I just visited universities in New York, in Boston, also here in the state of Florida. I've been all over. I was in Madrid. So I was just in my public speaking and presentations, I talk about academics. We also talk in some cases, standardized testing right now is optional, but a lot of schools are still asking for those infamous tests. Around 36% of the students that applied to universities in the United States, they still submitted their SAT, ACT test. So hopefully one day optional will be no longer and there are no more tests. But what is the other component on the college application is your resume. The students, we take it very seriously. We have seen students at many universities, and when I talk to our colleagues in admissions, I ask them, what is that component besides the academics that you're looking at? They're saying, Juanca, who are our world leaders? Who are the people involved in our local communities? What are the students doing at a different level? And then I was thinking when we were at the Juanfe Foundation a couple of years ago, I said, we need to go back. We need to inspire, and you came out with the title Inspira, and it is absolutely right on. Cata, why Inspira? Why inspire?
For the past 4 years, we were thinking about bringing students throughout the world and make a social summer camp. I've heard about a couple in Africa, and I said, well, we have Africa and Colombia as well. And we started digging on some organizations that could do this, and we couldn't do it. Then we started talking about this, and JCT for Education are, preparing great leaders to go to universities, and Juanfe Foundation has the best social enterprise in Colombia. And actually, for the past almost 10 years, we've been having visitors throughout the world, many students who take gap year or a gap year. And there are students who come from Europe to Bogota and to Cartagena to do social work. In fact, we have been having students from University of Lyon in France, students from med school in universities in Switzerland, coming and doing their credits. And we decided to do this because I'm sure we follow many of our dreams. Number one, I think the great leaders must go in a very deep analysis on how communities work. Today, only 1% of the population holds 95% of the world's fortune. I think it's time to bring these people to think and feel and go through their, the misery of the lowest income families and understand their dreams and understand what they do. Number one. Number two, we would love to bring students not only to fulfill their social services hours, but to bring them to the best social community experience and philanthropy experience of their lives. And I can assure you that. And number three, which is very, very beautiful, an exchange of our teen mothers with these students. It's a beautiful experience. It's a learning experience that they won't forget ever in their lives. And I'm sure when they go universities, when they go to study college, and once they become big leaders, they will follow that very passion, what they learn in Juanfe Foundation, and they will make better choices and better decisions in their enterprises and in their lives to, integrate the poor people in their decisions. So it's a win-win. Everybody wins.
So absolutely, everybody wins. So let's just start through the basics. When we're walking students through summer programs around the world, we talk about content, and a lot of the social component comes through. So let's come to the basics. Juanfe Foundation has been out for 20 years, and you have representation in Cartagena, Medellin, Panama, Chile. You have an office in Madrid. What is Juanfe? What is happening at the Juanfe Foundation? So let's start from the basics. And where the idea came, your philanthropy.
Well, number one, I'm a social entrepreneur. Pura y dura. I'm a social entrepreneur that started 20 years ago. Juanfe started because my second son, Juan Felipe, fell from an 8th floor balcony and died, basically. I majored in business. My minor was economics. I did an MBA. I belonged in the corporate world for many years. I started in the banking field and then in the corporate field. Then I had to go there and live in Cartagena with my family. We stayed there for a little bit more than 2.5 years. I had my first son, and Juan Felipe was my second son who was born there. So when you come and live in a city like Cartagena, that many people know, many people had visited, but Cartagena, first is located in the northern Caribbean part of Colombia, a beautiful city, but holds the greatest social despair in the country. They're very rich people, but humongous, extreme poverty people. So when you go there and live, it is very hard to see and to witness how misery and how people live in the slums. So I started volunteering in a public hospital for a year. Juanfe was born, and after his 3rd month, I started volunteering there by myself. Just started a couple of days in the afternoon, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. And I started seeing things that were really, really hard to see. I started witnessing uh, girls pregnant with 13 years of age. I started seeing 3 mothers per bed. It is a very, very hard and poor public hospital. Cartagena, you know, has a lot of corruption. And then I stayed there for a year, and I fell in love with the people. I fell in love with these people, and I started also helping women give birth to their children in really extreme and poor circumstances. So the doctors became my mentors and my friends, and I started learning very, very fast until one day I came to the hospital to say goodbye because we were moving back to Bogota. Juan Felipe had a year and a half, 16 months old, and I witnessed how a little baby died because his teen mother, she was 14 years old, this teen mother failed to raise $30, $20 to save her baby's life. And I had it in my pocket, but that money was needed, you know, a few hours before. So that was really crossing my heart. And 4 days later, my little baby Juanfe fell from the 8th floor. So that girl's soul and mine were exactly the same. The only difference was that I was, you know, born and raised in the other side of the coin. I had the opportunities and I had many things for myself to be blessed. And I started Juanfe Foundation. We started first focusing on children's death. Cartagena used to have the highest infant mortality rate in the country and the third in Latin America. I cannot go any further than this, just to tell you that that happened because Cartagena doubled its population in less than a decade, and it was because of the social displacements from the FARC and the internal war. There were many people coming from other parts of Colombia, running from the war, and staying in the, you know, in the extreme poverty neighborhoods in Cartagena. So everything collapsed. So we decided to focus first on child mortality, and we did it in great success. In less than 8 months, we lowered it by 81%.
Wow.
We built, equipped, and operated an intensive care unit in this hospital. In this hospital, half of women give birth here. So it was focused there. We saved the lives of more than 4,900 little babies. And then we worked with 22,000 little, you know, babies between 0 and 2 years of age who were in extreme malnutrition. And we had a beautiful, I remember it was a little house, but then we moved it, a little basic hospital where we attended 204,000 patients of a city of 1 million people. So we were in very high social impact. In the meantime, we started focusing on the root cause, and the root cause were teen mothers. 30% of these women who gave birth were teen mothers. We made many mistakes because we wanted to create a very strong impact, but we failed. We failed many years, and that's why I call myself social entrepreneur, because we know where we want to go, but we face many challenges across the road along the way. So our biggest and most important project is called 360 Degrees. We decided to leave the hospital. We decided to grow a lot more. We left the intensive care unit for babies. We decided to leave the labor room, that, by the way, we also built it and equipped it. And we decided to give it to the hospital and open to a lot better opportunities and work for teen mothers. That is our main cause right now. So teen pregnancy, and that's what the students are gonna come and see. Teen pregnancy is what perpetuates poverty and unsustainability in our nations. Latin America is the second largest region in the world after Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, that not only grew teen pregnancy, but grew it steadily. And that's really a problem because it's what perpetuates poverty over and over again. So students are gonna come here. They're gonna experience the life of these girls. They're gonna go to the communities. They're gonna know and see where they live. They're gonna know and understand where they live. We're gonna do social community work hands-on in the slums, in the poor neighborhoods. And we're also gonna work in Juanfe facility. It's a very big facility. So we're gonna have a lot of space. We have 135,000 square feet facility. It's beautiful. It's a green building certified. We're gonna have a staff of more than 80 people working with these students. But what is important here is not only working hands-on in the ground. They're gonna see how it's run a social enterprise. They're gonna witness, and we're gonna tell them how it is important to find business skills to run social enterprises. And we're gonna find out also how to change people's lives. It's not only just working with the teams and things like that. No, they're gonna understand that they're over.
Yeah, go ahead. And I'm sorry for interrupting. A lot of people are saying hello and following you and that you're amazing and they applaud your work. And to the students that are joining us right now and the parents, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. This will be here housed on our IGTV. We'll send the video to Kata. We also will be on YouTube, JCT for Education for you. And we're talking about Inspire, a social entrepreneurship program next summer in Cartagena, Colombia. So I'm sorry for interrupting, but I just want to make sure the students and the parents understand this program is very unique. A lot of programs are focusing on giving, but this program is focused on both giving and what am I taking away from this. When I talk to our students and the whole team at JCT for Education, where we're talking to the students, we're seeing world leaders. We're seeing movers and shakers here. We're seeing people that are making impact. Actually, this week, as we speak, a lot of colleges and universities are releasing news, whether or not he or she, the students, being accepted. And I always tell the students, I know you're nervous, you're waiting for your decisions. Some decisions came last week, some decisions will come this week, next week, and all the way through the end of April. But I would tell the students, I don't mind, you could be a doctor, a lawyer, social entrepreneur, business. What is our legacy? What are we giving to humankind? How are we helping? We're running this live in English. Many people, they've been writing to us, hey, I wanted to know what you guys are saying in Spanish. We will do it in Espanol as well. But as
Great idea.
We are inviting people from around the world to come to Cartagena, one of the most incredible places in the world. It's a wonder, it's a beautiful place, but at the same time, within 2 hours from Miami, to check the place out and to check what you have told us throughout this life. So as students, this is about learning concepts that you will not even learn actually in college. And this is something that the Juanfe has building for the last 20 years. Catalina has had so many visitors from around the world. CEOs, presidents of companies, countries, diplomats, and so forth. And when they come to the Juanfe Foundation, the titles, they stay outside, but the heart stays inside. So that's what we're trying to accomplish here, students. We want you to go through the whole experience within 7 days. You arrive on a Sunday and you leave on a Sunday. Yes, we're gonna be working hard. We will be playing really hard as well. You will get to know Cartagena. You will get to know the historical side of Cartagena, but also you will meet the most beautiful hearts of Cartagena. So Cata, let's go back to what you were saying and walk us through, like, what's the schedule like? Student arrives to Cartagena on a Sunday. What's gonna happen the whole week?
Well, the first 3 days is gonna be a full immersion in in Juanfe Foundation and social entrepreneurial skills. They're going to learn how to run a not-for-profit. They're going to learn how to launch social impact bonds. By the way, we're part of the third social impact bonds in Colombia, and it's good to let you know that part of it is financed by, ¿cómo se llama? In English?
The stock market.
The stock market. I don't know why it never comes to my mind. So and part of it was financed by the stock market, and we were the first not-for-profit in Colombia who became part of the stock market in one operation by the impact bonds. You're going to learn a lot of great things about this. Juanfe is not only a not-for-profit. Let me tell you that. You're going to come and see many things. You're going to be engaged with the teen mothers. You're going to come and see the little babies, and you're going to be engaging as a very human being in many things that is part of the life and is part of the alma mater of Juanfe Foundation. But you're also going to learn very deep skills on how to run a not-for-profit. And it is people, it is one of the hardest things.
Yes.
The Inspira came in my mind, and I suggested Juanca to put this program Inspira because every single day you're going to be inspired. Every single day. I love that. I love that banner. Sí, es divino. I love the design. So every single day you're going to discover things that you have never learned in your life. Never. And as Juanca said, the titles will stay out. Your last names, your names, everything. You're going to become a simple human being. And a simple human being that will go across the classrooms, therapies, the administrative part. And I'm going to be there the full week. So that's going to happen 3 days. There's going to be a beautiful surprise one night for the young ladies who are going to be in this program. For one night, one of the teen mothers and her baby is going to sleep in the hotel with you.
Cata, I just want to make a reference because we have a lot of guys watching, and all the programs that we do around the world, whether it has been Fiji, Italy, Colombia, the United States, they are co-ed. And actually, last time when we did it, it was 50% male, 50% female. And we have room for 50 students from around the world. Actually, the application just went live. And actually, we will send you the link from JCT for Education. We can send you that link so you can house that on your website as well. But we already have the students applying. We already have students applying from Peru, from Miami, from the Dominican Republic. So it's coming on. And it was just launched yesterday. And today is the official beginning of this amazing journey with Inspira. So guys, if you're watching, don't be intimidated. We have 50% of our attendants are males, and you will be amazed the type of work that we're going to be doing. And the whole JCT for Education staff from Miami is moving to Cartagena, and we're going to be joining the Juanfe staff as well. Go ahead, Cata.
Oh, no. I mean, guys, actually, and I must say that students that come across the world, most of them are men. There are students from medicine, from med school, are students, and it's because they want to really go and go deeper in social entrepreneurship. So I was saying,
hold that thought for a second. One parent just asked me, what is the process? So thank you for asking that question. The process is very simple. You go onto our websites, whether it's Juanfe or JCT for Education. You go through, on the left-hand side, you will see the menu. You will see a photo gallery. You will see the objectives that the students are gonna gain throughout the process. And by the way, this is open to students starting 9th grade, 10th, and 11th grader. So we cannot have students younger than 9th grade. So that's the first thing. Second of all, there is a very easy application. You can run the application within 5 minutes. I just tested it myself. It's the same application that we use for our summer programs around the world. And You will sign it. It is very simple. Then the application comes to JCT for Education. We're gonna read it, and we will get back to you within the next day. So, Kat, I'm sorry I was interrupting, but I wanted to talk about the process of filling out that application and what are the requirements. Number one, you are at least in ninth grade or the equivalent from your country. The language of instructor is gonna be in English. So we have the students coming from England, from, let's say, they're coming from South Africa, from anywhere in the world. This program is the lecture, the structure is in English. So I just want to say that it won't be in Espanol. We can do another one in Spanish, but right now it's fully in English. There are a lot of students that are doing IB, AP, Cambridge, and this will be an outstanding project. And last but not least, during our summer program with Inspira, we ask our students to write a journal every night. We sit down after dinner, we go quietly at a place for 30 minutes before we go into the evening activity to write part of the journal. Kata, please go ahead. And they're saying, perfect, my twins are in 10th grade, awesome. And they're saying, thank you, so good, good. Apply soon, because we only have 50 rooms available. And we will talk about housing later.
Yeah.
1 week, the course is 1 week. So you will see this online is July 24th through the 31st. So it is a week. It is supervised by us. We, like in colleges and universities, we have resident assistants and we have a resident director that oversees all the housing. Students will be assigned a roommate, and that's it. That's pretty much it. Go ahead, Kata. Thank you for the question.
So what I was saying, one of the greatest surprises is that one night of that week, for the young ladies who are going to be in this program, they're going to be a teen mother who's going to be assigned previously by her staff to sleep one night with her and her little baby. So she's going to have a roommate, and it's going to be a beautiful exchange of love, affection, ideas, and many things, because this part is part of this full immersion. So in these 3 first days, we're going to have Juanfe immersion, and then Thursday and Friday, JCT for Education is going to be bringing faculty from universities, experts who teach social entrepreneurship. Yep. And this part, which is the academic part, I will leave it to you, Juanca, who you know pretty much about this. And by the way, we're also thinking to bring leaders from Colombia, and perhaps we're studying the idea of bringing leaders from other parts of the world who are going to do conferences to the students on social entrepreneurship and leadership. I mean, it's going to be beautiful. It's a full exchange of academic exposure to communities, full immersion in social entrepreneurship. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be very strong. It's a very, that I can assure you, it's going to be something that they will never forget. It's going to be beautiful.
That is going to be beautiful. And as you were talking, for the people that don't know about me much, Juan, Camilo, Tamayo, I've been in higher education for the last 27 years. I work for Clark University. Kata graduated from Clark University in Worcester. Mine is in Dubuque, Iowa. And I want to tell you, and I want to share, I've been with JCT for Education. I'm the founder of JCT for Education for the last 10 years. I've been on it on the phone with colleges and universities around the world, because what I want for the universities to take part the last 4 days of Inspira in Cartagena, Colombia, where we do a full immersion with the universities. So historically, we have had a group of 15 to 20 universities that have joined us during the last part of the program. And it works as a little mini college fair recruitment opportunity, and actually development opportunity, where we had in the past, we had Brown University, we had UCLA, Babson, IE in Spain, Bocconi, Northeastern, you name it. We have a number of universities attending our programs. That's what we want, the students to feel comfortable. I see there are 10th graders here, 11th graders, students that are becoming seniors. So I want them to feel comfortable, surrounded by university officials. At the same time, bringing the world leaders that we're talking, and also experts in social entrepreneurship. So Kata, we're really, really excited, and we're so thankful to you and the whole team at Juanfe Foundation. You guys being super nice, movers and shakers. Things are happening very quickly. Thank you so much for thinking on that, but continue while people are
No,
joining us.
what I was about to say is that we brought many leaders to Juanfe, to the social center. We brought top executives. We brought presidents of many Latin American nations. We brought queens, by the way. I mean, many things. Um, and they spend 3 or 4 hours. And after 3 or 4 hours, they come to me and say, you know what? I really want to make things differently. If in 3 or 4 hours, people come to me and say, you know, Kata, this is not in the books. What you have here is not in the books. What you have here is pure magic. Only in 3 or 4 hours, just imagine what's going to happen with all these kids and all these great students coming here. Is going to be very transformative.
Mm-hmm.
And it is not only because Juanfe Foundation's model. It's because it means everything. It's very transformative. It goes deep into the person's heart. I can assure you as well that once you go back to your countries, that you're going to sit down and realize and do a really deep debrief and say,
Correct.
you know what? Of course, I'm going to apply to study business. Of course, I'm going to apply to study psychology, of course. But they're going to think differently in how to run their lives after that. I can assure you.
Thank you, Kata. We have a question from M. Compost. How much is the course cost? So tuition, room, board, fees is $3,200. I just want to make sure that you understand, and the students and parents, we're awarding 100 hours of community service. So for a lot of states, a lot of public or private universities, you want to see community service embedded into your resume. I see so many resumes with just barely 75 hours. There is going to be a lot of work here. We also work in fundraising. Last time that we were Juanfe Foundation, we fundraised money for the organization as well. So to Mr. or Miss Campos, that's the price. It's $3,200. And then you have here a question. You say that you like to teach girls to respect themselves, not have men devalue them, but then you become a mistress too. I wonder, you understand that question?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't. I really don't. But I can tell you something about here. Girls who come from very poor and low communities become very vulnerable. Girls that have been sexually abused, girls that want to commit suicide since forever. You cannot understand when you sit and learn from a 13-year-old that will tell you how her life has been because of her many aggressions from her mother, from her partner, from her family. When you sit down and understand and learn from this and how their lives are changed, then you will know about the humankind. You will know about the beauty of it. And yes, the person that said that, there's something, she's right. These girls who became victims, once they cross the whole process of Juanfe, they become survivors, they become empowered, and they're ready to go to the labor market to be sustainable for her baby, and their families. And as you know, and the people who are listening this live, there's plenty of evidence across the world that says that if you empower a woman, you empower the whole society. What we have in Juanfe Foundation is an economic model. It's from poverty to dignity. It's from poverty to women who are able to be responsible in their sex life as well. Is going to be taught a lot of that, and their and the way how they love themselves. And this woman is right. The way these women love themselves is what becomes the greatest treasure of her heart. And Juanfe Foundation will teach these students many of the things over here. What happened to these girls and to these teenagers is also human. And many people like me have had also things in my past, and it's a mirror in how to become better people and how to become more compassionate and how to become more it's an intimate relationship with the problem, with the girls, but within yourself. So it's beautiful.
Okay, so Cata, you ready for Inspira?
Of course, we've been waiting for this moment like for 4 years, and
Okay.
my staff is so ready for this, and it is already designed to be powerful, to be transformative, and we're here not only to learn, we're here to be happy and to have fun as well. Cartagena is a beautiful city. You're going to have the chance on Saturday to do a great plan in El Centro Histórico, where you're going to have a plan to also have a walk at night, to have dinner. Cartagena is also beautiful, but let's focus on the transformative part, and let's focus on the beauty of the humankind.
Cata, describe yourself in one word.
Oh dear, you know me a lot. Why don't you describe me one word? Love, loving,
Love. Okay.
love.
So
Yeah.
that's what we have as students, parents, colleagues, friends. I want to say thank you so much. We will be running one in Espanol. I know a lot of people have questions there. Actually, my WhatsApp is exploding right now. Please, Spanish. And I have here, many of the companies now have drive for donation to help organization on raising the funds. So before we close, can you explain a little bit about Bonos the Impacto, the impact bonds that you guys created? Because the students are going to learn this, and this is very important for the parents to understand.
Well, impact bonds, I've heard the first time in 2009 when I went to MIT Poverty Lab. Esther Duflo, which is one of the most famous economists in the United States, she's from France, and she won the economics prize, the Nobel, this year or the past years. I came to see her in MIT in 2009, and one of her staff was with me over there, and she was crossing by, she was walking by, and I said hi to her. Of course, I would say I met her. She would never know that she will never say I met Catalina, but at least I can say I met her. And we were sitting down there because we were discussing about Esther Duflo has this great book that I encourage you to read it, which is called Poor Economics. I love economics of development. I believe strongly about this. And this book showed me many of the things that was like, how to say that, there was in my heart and in my mind. So that's why I took a plane and I made this appointment, and we were sitting there speaking about the RCT, the randomized controlled trial. And it is a very deep analysis on how nonprofits should go on RCT to really measure an impact. And in the first time, they were speaking to me about the impact bonds and how many organizations, very strong organizations, were doing that in order to finance their projects, not necessarily passing the hat, asking for donations. The impact bonds, usually it's paid by the government because people like us in the ground, we do it better than the government. So it's like they pay for results and we sign contracts, and I'm gonna explain in greater detail once you're there because it's very, very complex. But it's the way how governments finance them, how governments find the money to finance the locals like us to do it a lot better. The impact bonds we're in, it worked because of the pandemic. There were many layoffs in Colombia, and especially in the young people between the ages of 18 and 26. And the Colombian government were very, very worried and said, we're losing people here, and we need organizations who work in the ground that make great efforts to find formal jobs for young people. So we raise the hand and we say Juanfe Foundation, and we're doing it for Medellin. Doing all this process took us like 8 months between the government, between the ones who finance in the back, and the ones who work in the ground. We have a great partner called Confama, and Juanfe Foundation. We're in Cartagena, in Medellin, not quite, but in Cartagena, we're the #1 labor force provider of the base of the pyramid in the whole city. In Medellin, we've been there for 3 years, so it's taking a little bit longer. But Medellin is bringing these girls ready to the formal labor market. So the impact bonds finance that through the government, and it's a lot cheaper for them. And it's very, very, how to say that, it's very effective for us.
So there are a lot of parents that they probably understand what you're talking. The students, a lot of these things might sound like Chinese or what the hell is she talking about? But this is something very simple. You give money to the stock market. You are giving your contribution and you're getting a return of investment. That return of investment will be, so if I'm giving you 100 pesos, $100, what's my return, the ROI, return of investment? Percentage wise?
It's 8%. It's 8%.
8%.
So
okay.
what is the beauty of this? Let me tell you, is that the model of Juanfe Foundation stops poverty and generates gross national product in the local area.
Okay.
So that's why the government said, oh dear, if they're stopping poverty and they're generating GDP, that sounds good. And we proved it because we already went from through an RCT, from a randomized controlled trial, proving the model. So these students are going to learn all the facts, all what's inside, all the techniques. Because this is not a non-for-profit that, that we have children and we work with teen mothers. No. And by the way, Juanfe Foundation in the year 2018 was the second non-for-profit in Colombia with top governance and top management. Good. So this is entrepreneurial skills.
No, and it's really good for the students. I promise you, because probably you don't know me, you're gonna be moving a lot, and it's not like lecture. It's a combination of everything, but it's more practical than theory because we're gonna put our hearts towards the organization. So it's just taking that basic idea that I say most human beings, they have the concept of helping others. So how do you organize? How do you put it together? Today, I was working with one of our graduate students. She's applying to Harvard, she's applying to UPenn, she's applying to Carnegie Mellon, she's an engineer, but she wants to do an MBA in sustainability and a specialization in social entrepreneurship. She wants to be one of the person appointee by the multinational corporation, helping out with sustainability, but also matching. Somebody here mentioned the word matching funds with organizations. And that's the future. That's how the world is moving. We need our compromise with humankind is that we need to help each other. And that's why we're developing a program like this one, where you can come back when you're completing your applications, when you go to college, say, I learned this from the Juanfe Foundation. I need to give up. I need to contribute to humankind and just not sitting tight, whether you become an attorney, a doctor, or whatever.
I must say something, Juanca. I'm sorry to interrupt. Let me tell you something. You guys, your children, your kids are going to be staying at the Hyatt in Cartagena. I want to tell you a little story about the Hyatt. The the general manager of the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Colombia, her name is Alexandra Juan. She's from Brazil. She was born and raised in the favelas. She was a teen mother, lived in extreme poverty. And because she had a first opportunity, she was cleaning the floors in a Hyatt in Brazil. And she started there. And she understood that her path was going to be, you know, a little bit steady, but she wanted to keep working on that. Today, she's not only the general manager, she has a boy who's doing a PhD in Harvard.
Wow. Wow.
And we have teen mothers of Juanfe Foundation working at the Hyatt. So let me assure you as well that these girls are going to be serving you. They're going to be serving these children. They're going to have a conversation at breakfast. And Alexandra made a commitment with us. And she said, whatever Juanfe does, we're going to be on it. So you're going to be staying at the Hyatt. And maybe you're going to have Alexandra coming to your table and say, hi, I was a teen mother too. I mean, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. It's a perfectly round combination of what life could be if you have the opportunities. You're going to be finding learning experiences along the way in this beautiful journey called Inspira. And you're going to come back home and your parents you're going to, seeing at your eyes, and you're going to be saying, and the first thing they're going to say is, you have a face that is completely changed. I give you my word. I've been through this for 20 years. I've worked with many visitors, with students, and it can only be transformative. It cannot go wrong. I mean, it's a great opportunity.
And I can testify for that because we've done these programs around the world, and it is transformative. It is the next level. I will say to the fellow students that are watching, the parents, I've seen so many summer programs. Today I was going through a book full of summer programs, and because we also have to refer our students to academic summer programs, and I was saying this is a state-of-the-art summer program. This is the king and the queen of summer programs in social entrepreneurship. And I was mentioning this to many colleagues around the world. They absolutely love it. So the students, we have the website at JCT for Education. I was going to say JCT for Education for you, but it's actually jctforeducation.com. We're housing this link on Juanfe Foundation as well. The application is live, first come, first serve. We're going to be—
That's important. If you decide, go fast, because it's only 50 spots.
Yes, and I just want to say thank you for your time. I don't want to be running out of time, but if you have questions in the meantime, send us those questions in Espanol, Inglés, Francés, Portugués, Italian, you name it. We get questions in all languages. We will be more than happy to answer all your questions. Remember, July 24th through the 31st, we have universities joining us towards the last 4 days of the program. We have faculty coming from different places, from Colombia and around the world. The program is taught in English, that's the first language, and we welcome students from 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. So if you have any questions, let us know. We're here. And Cata, any last word before we close this live?
No, this is going to be our first summer camp, and I'm going to make it, and we're going to make it the very best. We're going to do it every year because this has been one of my dreams for the past 3 or 4 years. And you have two kinds of experts over here. One who's really strong in education, who knows very deeply about this. And me, as a social entrepreneur, I was a CNN hero back a few years ago. And I'm going to be there 100% of the time and attending the program. I'm not gonna do anything else different than this program that week. And nothing, just come and do your application as soon as possible.
And Julio is asking what is included. Julio, and I'm recording this on our IGTV, but tuition, room, board, and fees. We have a large group of students, usually coming from Miami. So if wherever you're located, our team, I have one of my colleagues flying from Miami with the students. And if they're coming from around the world, they fly directly into Cartagena and we pick them up, and we will make sure that actually on their way back, we'll communicate with you as parents. Historically, we have had parents picking up students in various locations around the world. So that would be a great week for a family week. Once your son or daughters are finishing with the program, you can pick them up and have a beautiful family vacation in Cartagena. So I don't think.
See, wait, that
Go
is
ahead.
very important. That is very important also. We have found that when students come during the summer, parents, when they come and pick them up, they decide to stay 1 or 2 days, not only in Cartagena and have, fun, but also to understand what happened, what was the logic behind it, and what was the beauty of Juanfe and the magic of Juanfe. And it's great. And it's great to, and you're very, you're very welcome to do this.
Yes.
And
for the students, parents are not staying with us at the Hyatt. They kind of stay somewhere else because we understand that you want to be with a group of students. So we don't allow parents being part of this program. It's for high school students. And a person from Colombia can participate in this program? Absolutely, yes. The last programs that we have run in Medellin, Colombia, in Llano Grande, and we have students from 18 different countries. We have the students from Colombia, from Cartagena, from Cali, Bogotá, Medellin, Bucaramanga, Armenia. So yes, students, and I have a couple of students from Cartagena that say, Juanca, I want to participate in this program. And I told them, yes, but the only requirement is that you have to stay with us. Even if you live in
the
Cartagena,
hotel, yeah.
because it's the integration to get to know the students from around the world and faculty and universities coming from around the world. So yes, the students from Colombia are allowed to come, of course.
Also, the price, the fee is included meals. Mm-hmm. Every day you're going to be having lunch at Juanfe Foundation with the teen mothers. You're going to have exposure 100%, having the same food, which is very high quality, and that's it. The only thing you can tell us is that if you're vegetarian or you have any food restrictions, we're gonna be ready to be very helpful.
Absolutely. And parents have asked me, how much money should I send my son or daughter for a program like this? I will say they want to spend more than $100, $200, and usually that money the students spend is when we go to one location in Cartagena, do a little bit of shopping, and most shopping is for you. So they're bringing coffee back, these beautiful Wagyu bags, hats, scarves, hammocks. So actually, the money they're giving to your children is for you. And a lot of students, they decide to donate money as well to the foundation. That's a fundraising component that we do through the program. So Cata, I don't want to be caught up on time. Thank you so much for your time. I know a lot of parents here, students, they are thinking finals, a lot of students around the world thinking final weeks. So good luck to all the students that are taking your finals. To the students that are actually waiting for colleges and universities to send those answers this week, good luck to all of you. And remember, this is Juan Tamayo, JCT for Education for you with Catalina Escobar. Cata, muchas gracias. Una feliz noche para
my
ti.
Pleasure. It's going to be very successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Julio. Thank you for watching. Buenas noches. Gracias a todos.